Hey, Chiefs Kingdom. Let's dive into what head coach Andy Reid had to say after our nail-biting 19-17 victory over the Raiders. If you've been following the team closely, you know that Reid's press conferences always offer some great insight into what's happening behind the scenes. And trust me, this one is no exception. First off, what a win that was. Sure, it wasn't the prettiest game, but a win is a win, right? How did you feel watching that game? Were you confident? Or were you biting your nails until the final whistle? Let me know in the comments. Reid didn't just reflect on the victory, he hinted at some changes we might see moving forward. But hang tight, because we'll get into those details shortly. And before we continue, if you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're on a mission to hit 2,000 subscribers, and your support means the world to us. One thing that stood out from the Raiders game was the change on defense. If you were paying attention, you noticed that Nazeeh Johnson didn't get much playing time, while Joshua Williams stepped in and really made an impact. Defensive coordinator Spagnuolo made that switch during the game, and Williams ended up logging a massive 78% of the defensive snaps, while Johnson only played 19%. Here's the kicker: Williams earned the highest Pro Football Focus coverage grade of any Chiefs defensive back during that game. Impressive, right? Coach Reid had nothing but great things to say about both players. He mentioned that Johnson is still recovering from significant knee surgery, so the team is being cautious. But Reid reassured us that they haven't given up on Nazeeh, which is great to hear. Depth in our secondary is crucial as we gear up for the playoffs. Now, with Williams' stellar performance, the question arises, should he be starting from here on out? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Who do you trust more in the secondary, Williams or Johnson? Drop your vote in the comments, and let's see where the kingdom stands. Next, let's talk about the run game, specifically the lack of it against the Raiders. If you noticed, the Chiefs were throwing the ball more than usual, with 76% of our offensive plays being passes. That's pretty aggressive, even for us. So why didn't we run the ball more? Coach Reid explained it during his Monday call. The Raiders' defense was stacking extra players to stop the run, making it tough for guys like Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco to break through. Reid admitted, "I've got to make sure I give the guys the right things to run against that defense." Sounds like he's taking responsibility there, which is exactly what you'd expect from a leader like Reid. Stat-wise, Hunt and Pacheco combined for just 14 carries and 59 yards. Not terrible, but certainly not enough to keep the defense honest. Reid also hinted that the team will be working on adjustments to find a better balance in the offense. After all, a solid run game opens up so many more opportunities for the passing game. So here's my question for you. Should the Chiefs focus more on the run in upcoming games, or stick with a pass-heavy approach? Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, let's shift gears and talk about one of this season's most exciting storylines, rookie wide receiver Xavier Worthy. If you've been watching closely, you know this kid is making waves. In the game against the Raiders, he caught 5 of his 7 targets for 50 yards. While those numbers might not jump off the page, it's the consistency and confidence he's showing on the field that really stands out. Coach Reid praised Worthy, stating that he's not a secret anymore, he's putting it out there for everyone to see. With 407 receiving yards on the season, Worthy is currently trailing only Travis Kelce, who has 637 yards. That's impressive company for a first-year player. Reid also highlighted how Worthy has earned the trust of both the coaching staff and quarterback Patrick Mahomes. And we all know having Mahomes' trust is a game changer. So what's next for Worthy? Can he maintain this momentum and finish the season strong? Do you think he has a shot at being the Chiefs' breakout player of the year? Let me know in the comments. We can't talk about the Chiefs' success without giving credit to the mastermind behind it all, Andy Reid. Year after year, Reid proves